In the previous video, I showed you how to identify the merchants and networks which carry the products you want to promote on your website by using the Datafeeder Scratchpad. In this video, I want to take you through the entire process of building out your affiliate store, importing products from these networks and merchants, and you'll be up and running with a full-blown affiliate store in just a few minutes. So let's head back to our WordPress website that we set up in the first video, and we'll go back into the dashboard. From there, the first thing we want to do is install the WooCommerce plugin. So we'll go to Plugins, Add New, and we'll do a search for WooCommerce. WooCommerce is a free e-commerce plugin. It's actually owned and operated by the same team that owns WordPress. So here it is, first result, and we'll install now. Okay, and once it's installed, you can go ahead and activate the plugin. Now the WooCommerce plugin is a little bit different than maybe some other plugins you might be used to, and it takes you through this onboarding screen. So you can actually skip this whole thing if you want, but I'll take you through it and we'll just set it up really fast. I'll set it up with some basic data about myself. Continue. I'm not going to do this for now. I'm in health and beauty because I'm going to be selling promoting rock climbing products. In this case, we're just going to leave physical products checked. And here, I'll probably guess I'm going to be displaying around 1,000 products or so. And we'll leave that unchecked. And leave that unchecked. And continue. Now, on this page, we actually have a really useful option. And we can, from this page, install the free storefront theme, which was built specifically for WooCommerce by the WooCommerce plugin developers. So since I have a brand new website and a brand new theme, everything's brand new, there's no content on the website, so I can freely choose this one and install it. So I'm going to do that. But if you already do have content on your website, changing your theme may affect how your sidebars and your menus are configured. So you want to think about that if you already have content on your WordPress website. But I don't, so I'm just going to choose this for now. This will install the theme and activate it. And now I'm going to skip this whole onboarding screen because we don't really need it at this point. The next step is we need to install a couple of Datafeeder plugins that we'll be using to build out our affiliate store. So let's go back to Plugins, Add New, and we're just going to search for Datafeeder. And on this page, we have a few different Datafeeder plugins. The first one I'm going to install is the Datafeeder API plugin. The second one I'm going to install is the Product Sets plugin. And the third one I'm going to install is the Datafeeder WooCommerce Importer plugin. All right, and then I'm going to go back to our plugins page. Now, let's activate the Datafeeder plugins. We'll click activate the Datafeeder API plugin, the Product Sets plugin, and the WooCommerce Importer plugin. Now, you'll see that we have a warning up here that we're missing our Datafeeder API keys. You should have received Datafeeder API keys when you signed up for a Datafeeder subscription. You can go to my.datafeeder.com/API to get your Datafeeder API keys. So we can go ahead and input our API keys on this Datafeeder API configuration page. And I'm going to insert mine now, and I'll meet you on the next screen. Okay. Now I've added my secret Datafeeder API keys to my Datafeeder API configuration page. Next warning is we need to select the networks that we want to use on our affiliate store. So let's click through to the Datafeeder API networks page. You can find it over here as well, Datafeeder API networks, and we'll go on to this page. Now, if you remember back from the Scratchpad, we're going to work with AvantLink, Commission Junction, and ShareASale. So those are the 3 affiliate networks that we need to select and enter our affiliate ID on this networks page. So what we'll do, we say AvantLink was the first one. And for this, we're going to enter, I'm going to select AvantLink US, and I'm going to enter my affiliate ID, which you can get from each network. And we also have documentation of how to find your affiliate ID for every network we support in our docs. So in this case, it's 157.59. Next is Commission Junction. I'm going to select Commission Junction here and put in affiliate ID, and then the last one was ShareASale. There we go. So now I've entered my, I've selected the affiliate network that I want to work with and entered my affiliate ID for each of those for each of the networks. I'll save my changes. And then the last warning here is that we need to select the merchants that we want to work with on our website. So we can just click here, Data Feeder API Merchants, or we can go to the sidebar here and click the Merchants link. From here you can see that now, there we have AvantLink, Commission Junction, and ShareASale. So now we just need to select the merchants that we found in our Scratchpad, on the Merchants tab, and find those and enter them here. So let's go ahead and start that. I'll take you through 1 or 2 to show you the process, and then we'll go fast forward so you don't have to watch me import all of them. So the first one was AvantLink OMC Gear. So I'm going to expand the AvantLink section and just search for OMC Gear. Click, and now that's in our selected merchants. Next one is GearCoop. Okay. Next one was from, it was Arc'teryx from Commission Junction. There it is. So I'm just going to speed through the next few, but you kind of get the idea, and I'll meet you on the other side. Okay, now that I've selected all the merchants I want to promote in my store, I'll click Save Changes. All right, so I added a couple extras. Actually, I found a couple that I also wanted to work with. So we have 11 merchants from AvantLink selected, 2 merchants from Commission Junction, and 1 merchant from ShareASale. All right, so the next step is, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the homepage, and just to get a sense of where we are. So we have this is our WooCommerce shop, and it's the whole website is pretty empty. There's nothing really here. And so we're actually going to fill this out with some affiliate products that match our niche, rock climbing gear. So let's do it. Let's head back to the back end. And the first thing we want to do is create a product set. Now, a product set is basically a way for you to search for products, add those products to a specific WooCommerce store category or categories, and then those products will continually be updated automatically. Any new products that match your search will be added to your store. Old products which are no longer available from the merchant will be removed from your store. And all of the existing products will be updated with new prices, new links, etc. So like I said in an earlier video, I'm going to create a rock climbing store promoting rock climbing shoes, harnesses, helmets, etc. And some of those product types are gender specific, so I'm going to actually break down my products into men's and women's categories, parent categories. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to create this category. This is going to create an actual WooCommerce category, and I'm going to call it men's. And then under that parent category, I'm going to have shoes for our rock climbing shoes. Now we'll give our product set a title. And this is just for your purposes. This will not be displayed on the front end of your website. So you can write whatever you need to write here. You could put a dash if that helps you keep things organized in the back end. And now we're going to do a search. So very similar to the Scratchpad, I'm going to start with an any field search for rock climbing, and then I'm actually going to put in shoes, men's. We'll click search and see what we get. All right, so we get 740 products. That's really in line with what we were getting in the Scratchpad. But we're also seeing that we're getting some duplicates because these are the same product in different sizes. So what I'm actually going to do is put in a unique, use the exclude duplicates filter, and I'm going to exclude on the description. So if a product has the same description as another product, then this will only import one of the products that have the same. So if 10 products have the same description, only one of those 10 products will be imported. And let's see, let's run the search and see how we're doing now. All right, down to 247. These look great. All right, this looks fantastic. These look like exactly the kind of shoes I want to have. However, I am seeing a couple hiking shoes make their way into my results. So what I'm actually going to do is use a negative keyword search on the product name field and say, you know what, I don't want any shoes that contain the word hiking in the product name. So we're at 247 products. Let's click search. All right, so we removed, I don't know, about 16 products. I'm just quickly glancing through here. Yeah. I also want to remove approach shoes. And I'm going to remove that from any field. So let's go ahead and do that. So from any field, if it says approach, I don't want approach shoes. That's a specific kind of shoe. Oops, I should have put a negative there. Let's put a negative there and run the search again. All right, now it's looking really good. Click through the page 2, and these are all looking very good. I don't like shoes like this, so I'm actually going to do what I can to remove them. And I know how to do that is I'm going to put rock climbing in quotes, and that will make sure it doesn't just find the word climbing and then rock in some random places. These two words need to appear as a phrase. So we're at 145 now. Now we're down to 106, and I have a feeling this is exactly the selection of products that I'll be importing. Perfect, I love it. All right, so now we have men's rock climbing shoes. That's the title of our product set. We have this beautiful search, which is returning all the products from that I want, none of the products that I don't, from all of the networks and merchants that I already selected. I've created this WooCommerce category, men's parent category, and shoes subcategory. And the last, I have 2 more steps. You can see the steps that you need to take over here. I need to add this search as a saved search. So we're basically subscribing to these search results. So when those search results change over time, new products are added, old products are removed, your site is automatically updated with those new products, and those old products are automatically removed. Finally, we just need to click publish. And this will go through the process of adding those products to your WooCommerce store. As you can see, the product set has already started to update. And we'll let that do its thing. It can take a couple of minutes depending on how many products you have. And let's go ahead and build another product set. So I'm going to leave this open and open a new tab. And I'm going to open a new tab because I'm actually going to copy a lot of it, but for women's rock climbing shoes. And then we have an any field search here with a phrasal rock climbing search and a negative term search for the word approach. I'll search by product name here. I just want to change that to women's. And finally, I'm going to exclude duplicates based on the description field. So if more than one product have the same value in the description field, only one of the products is returned. So let's run our search. All right, we got 78 products, all rock climbing shoes, all women's. This is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. So we go ahead and add a women's parent category, and then I'll add the subcategory. And you can structure this however you want. If you want a different category structure, feel free. There we go. So just like the men's rock climbing shoes, we still have 2 steps left. We have to add this as a saved search. So I'm going to click that button. And if you ever want to see what products are in that saved search, you can go to the Save Search tab. You can see all the products. And you can actually, if you want to start over, you can delete that saved search and start over. All right, so the last step is to publish our product set. All right, and so that will start updating here in a few minutes, but let's go back and see where our men's rock climbing shoes. Okay, so this product set, the update is complete, and we can even go back to our all product set overview page, and we can see that it completed about a minute ago. So now let's do the exciting part. Let's go check out our store page. And there we have it. We have our shoes appearing in our store. Now, there are a couple of issues with the store right now. One, we have a cart, a checkout, my account page right here. And we also don't have any store navigation in our sidebar. So let's fix both of those things. Let's head back into the backend. First thing we do is we'll go to Pages. And you can see that we have a cart page. Now, these were created by WooCommerce when we installed WooCommerce. So we have a cart page, checkout page, my account, this privacy policy and the refund policy, they're already in draft mode, so they're not live on your website, but these 3 pages are live. And so I want to edit those in bulk, and I'm just going to set them to a draft. So they're still there. I haven't deleted them, but I've just set them to a draft so that our users no longer see them when we visit the website. So now our main menu makes more sense. All right, let's deal with the sidebar situation. So let's go ahead and click the Customize menu here. And from here, you can actually click through to these widgets and edit or delete them. So in this case, I'm going to delete that group and delete this group, delete this group, and delete this group. Oops. I'm also going to delete the search here because that's a blog search. And once you remove all the widget the widgets from the sidebar actually collapses. So let's go ahead and add some useful store-related widgets to our sidebar. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to add a group. And in that group, I'm going to add a heading. I'm going to call it categories. And then I'm going to click here and add insert after. Click the plus and insert a product categories list. And now from here, I can actually configure that products categories list. I can click show more settings. I can decide to show the product count or remove it. I'm going to leave it. I can show the category image if there were some, but there are none, so there aren't any right now. So then I can show the hierarchy, or I can show it all on one level. And finally, I can show the empty categories or hide the empty categories. I kind of like how it's set up by default. You can also set it to a drop-down if you wanted to, but there's not that many categories. However, if you have dozens or hundreds of categories, a drop-down might make more sense. So, perfect. So let's go back, and now we have our categories. Great. Let's publish that. And once that's published, we can close our sidebar. And so now we have our men's category and shoes, and women's and shoes. Now we just have one category per parent category, so that doesn't make a ton of sense. So let's go ahead and fill this out a little bit more with some more products. But before I do that, I want to show you another couple cool features. Once you go into products, attributes, and here we're going to add a couple new attributes that will be imported automatically, which will make filtering for your website visitors even easier. So I'll show you what I mean. So I want you to add 3 attributes to your website: network, merchant, and brand. All right, so now that we have those, what I'm going to do is actually called bumping the product set or updating it. So we have these 2 product sets. They're scheduled to next update in 7 days. You can change that on your product set configuration page. But what if I want those to update right now? Well, that's easy. From here, I can go select all those product sets, bulk action, and click bump and apply. And you can see already the women's rock climbing shoes product set is already updating. So hopefully that will be finished shortly. In the meantime, I'm going to create a brand new product set for harnesses. So just like before, we'll go men's rock climbing harnesses. And just like before, I'm going to do a similar search. Search for harness, and let's see what that gives us. All right, it's looking good. We're getting some of the duplicates because harnesses also come in different sizes. So we'll, just like before, we'll select the exclude duplicates filter and add the word description. So we'll filter out products, all but one product that have the same description. And now we have 100 harnesses for men. 101 actually. So now I'm going to add a new category. I'm going to select the men's category and enter harnesses. And there we go. You can select the parent there or not. It's up to you. I kind of like to, but it doesn't matter too much. And so now we have all of our men's harnesses. And let's go ahead and add that as a saved search and publish it. And while that's doing its thing, we'll quickly do a women's. We'll just mostly duplicate what we just did. There are plugins out there that allow you to quickly duplicate any custom post type in WordPress, such as a product set. Oops, you know what I didn't do? I didn't specify men's. That's no problem. We can actually, hasn't started updating yet. So I'll go ahead and type in men's and then click update search. And now we're down to 26. Great. And now it's starting to update. Now we'll enter in harness women's. We'll select exclude duplicates and we'll exclude based on the description field. Lastly, we'll select our parent category as women's and harnesses as a subcategory. Oh, and I want to select that. And we have our women's, right? Great, that looks great. Add a saved search and publish. All right, let's see how we're doing. And when we go back to our product set page. So now we see that the women's rock climbing harnesses are updating. So let's take a look at the front end of our website. And I'm going to go to the shop link here and click that. Cool, so now we have this built out a little bit further. We're seeing harnesses appear, shoes are appearing. If we go into men's harnesses, we'll see 26 products. It's possible that these products images haven't yet been imported because they are put into a queue. So it does take a couple of minutes in order for all the images to come in. Cool, so that's looking really good. Now, why did I set up attributes back here? Products, attributes. So now we have brand, merchant, and network. And now you can see they actually have values attributed to them. So we can expose those values to our end users. Let's take a look. Let's say I'm on the shop main page. And let's say I want to list all of the brands that the site supports. So let's go up here and click Customize. We'll go to Widgets, Sidebar, and we'll click Add Block. From here, we can click this Filter by Attribute. We're going to add a filter by attribute. In this case, we're actually going to have a merchant filter. So I'm going to remove the filter by attribute text, and I'm going to type in merchants. And then I'm going to select the merchant attribute here. And I'm going to change this to a drop-down display style. And click Done. Next, I'm going to add another block under there called a filter by attribute. In this case, I'm actually going to write the word brands. And here, I'm going to select brands. And I'm also going to set that as a drop-down. Finally, right under here, I'm going to add one other very cool widget filter. Insert after. And I'm going to search for price. And this is a filter by price widget. And I'm going to just change this to price. And that will display a price filter widget. So once we publish these settings and we go to the page, we can now see that we have a price filter, a merchant filter, and a brands filter. And this is great. So your users can filter the products by price. They can select just the merchants they want to see products from. And then they can also select just the brands that they want to see the product from. So how cool is that? But I want to show you one more thing that's super cool. And that's for displaying a price comparison set on in your store. Now let's say that we're looking at some of these harnesses. And let's say we click through to this product page. Let's say we wanted to display prices for this product from other merchants that we've selected in our store. So for example, you remember a little bit ago we selected 11, 12, 13, 14 different merchants to use in our store. Well, what if we could display the price for this harness from a few of those other merchants? If they carry this product, what price are they listing this product at? Well, we can do this. It's super easy. And let me show you how to do it. Let's go back to the back end. We'll go to Plugins, Add New, and we'll do a search for Data Feeder. And here we're going to install the Data Feeder Comparison Sets plugin. Activate it. And once it's activated, you can use this configuration link here. You can go to Data Feeder API, Comparison Sets. And from here, the only thing you need to do is check the WooCommerce integration checkbox, save your changes, and now it's completely configured to work with your WooCommerce store. Let's go back to our harness. We'll reload this page and see what it displays. All right, so we got 10 different prices for this harness from other merchants that we selected on our merchant page. And we have prices ranging from $159.95 all the way up to $199.95 from Owls, Gear Coop, Backcountry, Moose Jaw, etc. And that's it. That's all you have to do in order to get the price comparison set displaying on your WooCommerce pages. In the next video, I'll be talking a little bit more about the price comparison set plugin and how you can leverage it on your blog posts, product reviews, pages, etc. So stay tuned for that.